My honor to introduce to you an award-winning actor, director, producer, the only 5-time consecutive box office champion, Emmy Award winner, Oscar nominee, and the man who will forever be known as one of Georgia's favorites, the one and only Bandit Darville. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Burt Reynolds.
Oh, look at him.
And they did not coordinate their tops. This is the first time they've seen each other since the filming of the movie, and that's pretty special. Hot Pants Hilliard, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Well. All right, sir, we have some amazing questions here that these folks have written up for you.
Thank you.
This was a gentleman that was apparently at the parade earlier. Did you like the Chop Top police car in the parade?
Didn't like the what?
The Chop Top police car in the parade this afternoon.
I love it. What the hell is he talking about?
Burt, what was your special memory at the Lakewood Speedway?
At the Speedway? Well, the Speedway, the race, and then Sally wasn't there, was she?
That was the first part of the filming, so no, I don't believe she was.
Well, shoot. I really liked the cast of that picture. I thought we had a great cast. Gleason was the best.
Sheriff Justice.
Yeah. Jerry was great.
Cletus.
Yeah. And
the frog.
There was a little girl there that I just fell flat in like.
And we'll talk more about Sally a little bit later. There's an interesting question here too. What was your and Jerry Reid's relationship?
Well, it was always great. I mean, I never could keep up with him because he talks so fast, you know. But I love him. I just thought he was the best.
I skimmed through these earlier. There's a bunch of questions like this. Did you have any idea that Smokey and the Bandit would have an impact such as this 40 years later, people driving from all over the country, far away as Sweden and Australia for the screening?
I had no idea at all. I would ask for more money. Well, I love you too, darling.
When Hal first handed you the script for Smokey and the Bandit, what did you think?
Pull your shirt up.
No.
I said, Hal, this is the worst script I have ever read in my life. But if you just let us have fun and ad-lib, we might have something here. Because there's just one thing you've got to promise me. Gleason. That'll do it.
And it sure worked out well.
Yeah, he was funny there.
And this kind of dovetails into that. Did you have any say in picking the cast members for the film?
No, once we got Jackie, Jerry, Sally.
Well, I understand the studio didn't really want Sally, but you had to explain something to them.
They're so stupid in Hollywood. They really are. I mean, they didn't like her because they didn't think she was sexy. I said, you know what your problem is? Talent is sexy. And she is so damn talented.
back to the ad-libbing angle, she had never done any of that sort of acting before. She was very strict with a script, but you sort of taught her a new way of...
Well, I said, you know, let's just ad-lib it a little, honey. And she didn't know I meant the entire script. We had a lot of fun doing that.
And your favorite moment of her ad-libbing was the dancing on the windshield part?
I thought she was amazing when she did that. That just came out of wherever. Yeah, I mean, I thought she was amazing in the picture.
And the line, "These are great little legs."
Well, they weren't so little. If I had calves like that, I'd have been all-American.
And this also addresses your other cast members. What was the relationship with Burt and Jackie Gleason off camera?
Talking to me,
Yes, sir.
well, I got along great with Burt.
Well, I'm just reading the question as it was written. We can blame Bonnie Blackstone for the syntax there. So what was your relationship with Jackie Gleason off camera?
It was great. He had, about 9 o'clock, he would say to his guy, Mal, hamburger. That meant a glass like that of whiskey. Major whiskey.
And on the filming of Smokey 2, there was a little incident along the bank of Alligator Alley regarding something like that?
I was sitting, he and I were sitting in 2 director's chairs, you know, those big tall ones. And they'd gone off to shoot something. And there was nobody around us. And he was telling me a story, and they were always great stories. And he was leaning back, and it tipped over. And he disappeared. I mean, he disappeared into the glades. And I said, Jackie! And I heard him say, I never strode a drop.
Did you wreck or damage any of the Trans Ams during the filming of the movie?
Are you crazy? But they did $70,000 worth of damage. So I guess they did it a couple fenders.
There was just 2 fenders.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That's a good.
Here's another one about the car. Did the Bandit car have air condition?
No. when we took the roof off, that kind of cooled it right off.
If Hollywood does a reboot of Smokey the Bandit, who would you like to see play the Bandit? No, we're not saying they're going to. We're not saying that. This is if.
I think my favorite actor today of the young actors is George Clooney.
In fact, you may have seen the Nespresso commercial. Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of an homage and a tribute to that possibility. Can you think of maybe anybody? There's only one Burt. What was it like to ride with Sally?
In the car? I'm sorry, it was there and I went for it. Got no class, I'm sorry.
Now this is a question about another film shot here in Georgia by The Longest Yard. Did you really hit Ray Nitschke that hard with a football?
Yeah. I did.
Now there's an interesting story I think about how you wound up making The Longest Yard and then eventually Smokey the Bandit. in Georgia rather than Florida, isn't there?
Well, in Florida, the governor was such a jerk that I don't mind telling you. He just, you know. So I went and talked to. It was Askew. First part of his name was right, and then we went and talked to Jimmy Carter, who was a gentleman and wonderful man, and he said, "Make it here."
And then he connected you with Ed Spivia.
Yes, he did.
And the Georgia film industry was born.
Yes, sir. It was.
In fact, this is another question about another film shot here in Georgia called Deliverance.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
And the question is, how did you get out of the squeal like a pig scene?
They didn't pay me enough for that.
But you helped with some of the casting, I understand. You actually found one of those guys.
Oh, I found Cowboy.
Well, congratulations.
Has anybody interpreted her at all?
Apparently she knows Cowboy, and Cowboy, he has a squirrel tied around his neck. He carries a squirrel into the restaurants with him.
Yeah. These and other things you'll find tonight.
Well, you had worked with Cowboy at a place in Maggie Valley, and when Borman was looking for characters,
I told him there's a guy, if I can find him. Now, you have to remember something. Now, he can't read, but he is a great actor. We'll just give him the lines, you know, and then let him do it in his own way. So he came in and he didn't read. I told him the line, and then he said the line in his own way. And it was always better than what was written down there. So, you know, I love Cowboy. I mean, but Cowboy is so unique that you can't use him in but one movie.
yeah. You couldn't slide him in as a detective in Sharky's Machine.
No, he's not going to do a lot of pictures.
You ever see that?
Deep undercover.
I don't think so.
Another deliverance question. Well, yeah, deliverance question here. Did you really break your tailbone going over the falls?
I did. I did break it. That's why I got this wonderful piece of machinery here. I use it. Yeah.
Well, that was the where they stopped the river, apparently, to film it.
They stopped the river, but you know, I said I'll go out, and when I get in the middle of the falls, because they'd stopped the water, I said I'll go like this, and then you let the water go. And I went like that, and then I heard this sound. I turned around, and it was a tidal wave coming at me. And I thought, this was the dumbest idea I've ever had. That and Lonnie Anderson. If it gets too hot, just get out of the kitchen. She had never been in the kitchen in her life.
This is a question from the Mean Machine. Could you please say happy birthday to DJ?
Did I?
Could you?
Sure, happy birthday, DJ.
Where's DJ? Well, wherever you are, happy birthday, DJ. Who is the best actress you ever worked with?
Thank you. You're right. Sally.
Who was the worst actress you ever worked with?
No, I don't like it.
Okay, all right.
Are you having trouble reading that?
Just a little bit. I come from Germany only to see you.
I come from where?
Germany? Germany?
I'm from Germany.
Ja, jawohl. And you think it is possible to have autograph? I have not installed glove box. My door to glove box is here. It is for my little boys, 1 and 3 years old, please. That's from Jürgen. Where's Jürgen? Jürgen is right there.
Right there? Jürgen.
You got a pen with you?
Awesome.
Is that your,
I would get it in
is that your glove compartment, Jürgen?
We'll get Steve to get it here for you.
Okay.
Who do we want to sign this to? Jürgen, who do we sign it to? To your kids. Okay, but what are their names? Oh, to Jürgen. J-U-R-G-E-N? With the umlaut? Okay. J-U-R.
You're really doing it, isn't it?
G-E-N. And Stephen. Is that V or PH? With a V. S-T-E-V-E-N. V. V. Vice. Like in Stephen. Now where does the umlaut go above? The U or the G? We got a dot on top, 2 dots on top of the U.
Yeah, sure did.
So putting dots on all of it.
That's and lot.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey.
There we go. Very nice. There it is, Jürgen.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Major Steve Ellenport from Dade County. He came all the way up working security. And we have one final question from Kim Ellis.
Okay.
And this question is, do you know how much Jonesboro loves you?
I love Jonesboro.
I think we need to show Mr. Reynolds how much Jonesboro loves him. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Bandit Garbo, Mr. Burt, Reynolds. Thank you all so much.
Short time to get